But with Moldavite, there's something very profound about it. Because I'm on a Moldavite journey, and I have been for 3 years, and I will be for the rest of my life that I have my Moldavite with me. I'm on a Moldavite journey, and let me tell you guys something. The moment I picked up Moldavite, everything changed and started moving insanely quickly, and it trips me out. It trips me out so much because I didn't even know any of the effects of Moldavite. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Nathan and I make videos about metaphysical crystals and using them as tools to create some pretty freaking crazy transformational experiences in our lives. I've been through so much with crystals just since my crystal journey began 3 years ago. And in this video, I want to talk about the crystal that has floored me the most, but a specific thing about it that I haven't really talked about before. So we're talking actually about Moldavite. This is my favorite piece. I'm going to talk a little bit about this and some cool stuff about Moldavite in this video. But the main topic I'm talking about with it is that Moldavite is literally an engine. And I'm not the first person to have said this. There's a few crystal people out there who have said this, and I absolutely agree with them. That Moldavite is literally this engine that drives you on your spiritual path. So the way I see it, every single one of us, no matter what your beliefs are, your perspectives, or how you want to choose to live and relate to your world, that's totally okay. To me, it doesn't matter what way you relate to it or not. We are all on a transformational journey. Whether that's something we're choosing or are aware of or not, all of us are transforming constantly. And so is everything around us. I mean, look at the nature and everything and the seasons and, it's transformation everywhere. And it's really cool because, oops, the camera got stuck on a bush. Sorry about that, sir. He's okay. The thing about Moldavite is that its vibration seems to really drive the power of other crystals. This is the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, because you probably heard in other people's videos and read it in books and stuff, because again, I'm not the first one to say it, that Moldavite is this engine for spiritual transformation. But this is not the only thing that is what Moldavite is an engine for. Moldavite is the best crystal ever for increasing the power of your other crystals, to be able to feel their energy better, to be able to be more sensitive, to be able to be connected with the perfect crystals at the perfect time, drawing your intuition. Moldavite facilitates a growth path that moves so quickly in all of our realities and will drive you to all of the perfect crystals for yourself on your path. And while working with Moldavite simultaneously with them, it will actually increase the power of them. And that's what I wanted to talk about because it's really cool. I don't know any other crystal that does this. There's a crystal, quartz. I'm sure you've heard of it. There's a bunch of it in our earth. And quartz is really cool because it expands the energy of certain crystals. We can use quartz really well to work with intention and things like this, but this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a quartz-like property where Moldavite expands the power and makes it bigger. I'm talking about the fact that Moldavite connects with whatever crystal you're working with and drives the energy to be different. It moves in a different way. Because there's energy that we can feel. I think you could probably relate to this. So for example, right, I have a piece of Libyan desert glass here. There's energy that we can feel and we can tune into and experience certain stuff with it. Just looking at my dog, he's digging. But the energy doesn't necessarily always impact this super intense transformation within you to the point where every single day you're waking up and things look different around you. Like, it's almost like you're walking on alien planets all of a sudden. Why? Because we're shifting so incredibly quickly. And that's what Moldavite does. It speeds up the process of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and share some examples here. So an example that I'm connecting with right now personally, it's actually rhodochrosite. So this is a piece of rhodochrosite here. This is actually Ruby's piece of rhodochrosite, and she's letting me borrow it. I love it so much and I feel so drawn to it. I keep trying to like borrow it from her. And she's like, hey, slapping my hand. She's like, that's my rhodochrosite. Get out of here. But she's letting me use it right now. And I love the rhodochrosite. Have you guys worked with rhodochrosite before? I'm just curious if you have. What's your favorite thing about rhodochrosite? Let me know below. So for me, this energy is so like, oof, God, it is stony and it is deep and it feels so sensual to me. Stony in the sense where I just feel like there's this kind of frequency wave that takes place. It's like this whoosh, 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 whoosh. And I just feel so vibed, like it's all good. And yet I feel this sensualness about myself and my experience around me. Rhodochrosite, really cool energy, guys. I probably got some videos on the way right now at the time that you're seeing this. There's probably a whole bunch of rhodochrosite videos I've made, so you can look forward to those. Maybe I even have rhodochrosite in my crystal store right now. I'm not sure. You'll have to check. I'm pretty ahead on videos right now, so you guys are basically seeing videos from like a few weeks ago, basically at this time. But when I pair Moldavite with the rhodochrosite, this is where it gets really interesting. Because when you pair Moldavite with rhodochrosite and other crystals, all of a sudden, that energy that you connect to, you don't just connect to it and feel it. Suddenly you are it. It's like Moldavite clears out this space and hollows you out in some kind of really interesting way. You know, Moldavite to me, it seems to be this, almost kind of this broom sometimes that sweeps out my personality and identity. It just sweeps it right out of the way. Now, Moldavite, I'm always talking about how I love how amazing Moldavite is for helping us to let go of things that do not resonate with us anymore. It helps us to let go of baggage and stuff that is not ours, and that's amazing. Now, I think that this is the reason that Moldavite is so amazing to pair with other crystals, is because Moldavite helps to clear everything out of the way to help you to be able to really connect with that crystal. Does this make any sense to you guys the way I'm explaining this? Because this is what I've been experiencing. Anytime I'm working with Moldavite and I pair it with another crystal that I was working with on its own, all of a sudden, I start moving rapidly in this transformation with it. I start feeling like I'm teleporting. Like since I started doing this with the rhodochrosite, for example, this Moldavite with the rhodochrosite, it has blown my mind because no longer am I just sensing the rhodochrosite, I'm becoming one with it. And that's what Moldavite does. It helps us to become one with the things that we're giving our attention to in this kind of way. And it's amazing. And the other aspect here too is that Moldavite literally starts expediting the spiritual journey that is within and all around us and everything. And on your life path as being somebody who's crystal sensitive and works with crystals, there are so many amazing ones. How are we supposed to know which crystal to pick up and work with? How do you know? You know, are we supposed to just go with what's popular, with what Joe Schmo wrote in this book as the most powerful ones? What are we supposed to do? That question completely doesn't exist anymore when you are one with Moldavite. When you work with Moldavite and you become one with it, it doesn't happen that way with crystals anymore. You don't look for them anymore. They just find you. The perfect crystal will find you. And maybe it's one that doesn't have all these books written about it. Maybe it's one that people aren't talking about on YouTube. Maybe none of your friends have heard of it. Maybe you can't even find it at many crystal shops. I don't know. Just some examples here. The Moldavite brings it to us. And the connections that we make, they're very sensitive and they're very intimate. You know, when I started working with Moldavite, it was actually my first crystal. Obviously, it's a Tektite. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? All right. It was my first one. And I didn't even believe in the power of crystals when I got Moldavite. I didn't believe in it. I never had felt any energy from crystals. I worked with Moldavite solely, just Moldavite alone for about 6 months. You guys can actually see that whole part of my journey by going to my homepage, clicking videos and scrolling down to the very beginning. I started making videos 3 years ago when I started working with Moldavite. That's when it all started. So you can see that whole beginning process there. And it's insane because the Moldavite drove me through so much transformation and drove me to the next crystals that I connected with. And it's amazing because it connects us with these energies and it helps us to become one with them and just grow in such a profound way. I mean, Moldavite just makes everything better. Like, I'm sorry, but You know, when we're talking about alchemy, when we're talking about the Holy Grail, the alchemist stone, there's probably all kinds of different emerald tablet, all this stuff. To me, guys, this is Moldavite. It's all the same. We're talking about Moldavite, you know? And here's why. Because the vibration and energy of Moldavite is the vibration of now. It's the vibration of presence and transformation. And that's you. I really feel like that's who I am, at least. I know I'm trying my best not to go around and tell other people how things are, because I recently learned, you guys probably heard it before, that saying, all truths are true. I recently learned that anything that I'm experiencing is just this kind of level of a perspective of awareness, but that it's really just my choice, and that there are all these other perspectives and choices and alternative spaces out there and potential realities. So I try not to go around putting words in other people's mouths anymore, because it doesn't carry that same weight as it used to. You know, we're all just making choices and experiencing, and we're getting our perfect reflection right back at us. But Moldavite, to me, that's what this is. It's this energy, and it's, to me, who I am. I am transformation. I am the present moment. It's who I've always been. And tuning into that is just insane. So I wanted to tell you guys about this piece. This is one of the cool things about Moldavite too, that I guess is a segue that's coming into this video. All Moldavite is the same and has that energy, but for some reason, sometimes the energy is more powerful in certain pieces in different ways. Because maybe a piece is more powerful in the sense that you feel the energy more. Maybe a piece is more powerful in that you're experiencing way crazier stuff with it. Not that you're feeling it more, like I previously said, but literally like different stuff is happening externally, like all these different things are happening around you. Maybe the piece is more powerful in the way that you connect with it and you resonate with it. But something that I've noticed is every single piece has this different personality and waveform of the way that the energy moves. So this piece right here, this is insane, because this piece is just over 13 grams, and it is without a doubt the most powerful piece of Moldavite that has ever been in my possession. And a lot of Moldavite's gone through me, because like I sell Moldavite below and all kinds of other crystals. This is the most powerful one. It's freaking intense. And to compare this, you're probably like, well, most powerful compared to what? Okay, well, I'll show you guys something that you might like. I know a lot of my friends have seen this. I don't usually show it that much anymore, but this is my big 48.63 gram piece of Moldavite. That's like my prized love and joy right here. So this piece I'm super personally connected with. To be honest, it doesn't feel like a piece of Moldavite. It feels like an extension of myself. I truly feel like I am one with that Moldavite. And this big one is always with me everywhere I go. And it's this soft, very loving, very feminine Moldavite, actually. Very caring. And this Moldavite that I just showed you, the big 48 gram piece, this one is all about trusting the universe. This is what this piece continues to bring up over and over again. And I can feel it, and I know that that's the Moldavite it's coming from. This isn't something I can explain, but I know that you guys, my crystal friends, you get me. You just know the piece it's coming from. You feel it. It's obvious. It's clear. You just know it. So this piece is more powerful in the sense that the energy is freaking intense. No piece of Moldavite ever has knocked me on my ass so hard. Why? And when I say knocked me on my ass, it's not something to be scared of. It's that Moldavite has such a high vibration and frequency. When you tune to it, your frequency and your vibration starts moving to be at that same perspective, right? Just like we were talking about, different choices, different perspectives. There is no, this is better than this, but the Moldavite is very high up, okay? Just to be honest, very high and very loving. So all the things in me that do not resonate with that unconditional love and this high vibrational perspective and choice making, these things come up and I have to confront them and let them go. This piece of Moldavite, and other people call this shadow work, okay? I have never felt a piece of Moldavite that did more shadow work than this piece. It's freaking insane. So I guess that's just part of the conversation that came through. The different pieces are amazing. But something that is a staple effect of all Moldavite across the board, whether you've got a 0.3 gram piece and it's a tiny shard, or a 48 gram piece like me, or this really freaking insane perfect sphere Moldavite. This is what just like, man, anytime I'm talking about it, it's like, oh my God. Sometimes you really feel it. You know what I'm saying, guys? No matter what piece you have, if it connects with you, you will notice that all of your crystals become more powerful. You will notice that everything that happens in your life, not just with the crystals, becomes more powerful. Why? I've had all kinds of ideas about this over the last 3 years of working with Moldavite. I've shared a lot. I've got a whole playlist with like 80 Moldavite videos tagged below for you guys, just if you're curious to see kind of how the journey's been for me. And if you look back at the first day I made a video and you see me now, it's ridiculous. Sudden, I get my Moldavite pieces, and while I'm with them and I start resonating and my vibration raises with it more, I start, dislike isn't the right word, because it almost removes the ability to like and dislike things. You just kind of see them as they are. So it's ridiculous. But I make crystal videos on YouTube because there's nothing I'd rather talk about. I love crystals more than anything. This is what I want to spend all my money on. It's what I want to spend my life here working with, and it's all I want to talk about. And Moldavite is not like other crystals because it doesn't feel like I'm working with a crystal like it does when I'm working with others. It feels like I'm working with something that is in myself. And it's hard to explain because I know with other crystals, I'm tuning into my power and I'm working with myself and outer intention and things like this. But with Moldavite, there's something very profound about it. Because I'm on a Moldavite journey, and I have been for 3 years, and I will be for the rest of my life that I have my Moldavite with me. I'm on a Moldavite journey. And let me tell you guys something. The moment I picked up Moldavite, everything changed and started moving insanely quickly. And it trips me out. It trips me out so much because I didn't even know any of the effects of Moldavite. I didn't believe that crystals had power. It's not why I bought the piece. I just got it as just like a cool necklace. And that's what trips me the frick out. So, I would love to hear from you guys about this. What do you think about Moldavite in correlation to the conversation that we're having right now? If anything was sparked in you, I'd love to talk with you guys because, let's be honest, there's a few people and lots of books and information and stuff and lots of articles and things out there about crystals. And I know that we can go and reference those things and read them, but this is way different what you and I have here together. It's way different because you and I resonate together. That's why we're here. All of us here are resonating together. And I think that there's more to these crystals than just the information that's currently there. I know it. There's a lot more going on, and I think that you and I are feeling that. It's not just a list of benefits and effects. There's something else very special happening. And I want to talk to you guys about it. I learn more from you guys than I do from anywhere else. Aside from listening to myself, to be perfectly honest, you know. Gotta listen to yourself in the heart. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I make 3 crystal videos every single week. Got all kinds of cool conversations coming out. Thanks for liking the videos, guys. It helps my channel to do better. And thanks for talking with me below. That's what I like most about the channel and everything. So much love to you guys. Moldavite's awesome. You're awesome. Let's see. Well, I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.